So good day and God bless her. I am Shalami Bitachi Villarta, and for today's video, I will be going to recite or video the goal of the K-12 English curriculum. So there are the components. First is language learning process. The second one is effective use of learning. The third one is making meaning through language. And the fourth one is holistic assessment. So first, let me discuss the first components, which is language learning process. So the challenges of language learning process is these two. First is a fear of speaking. So, inside the classroom, samot ng elementary students or elementary graders, syempre dili malikayan nga mahadlok na sila samot nag-English subject. Kay mahadlok na sila nga makabuhat og mistakes during your class. So, a child nga mahadlok makabuhat og mistakes, mawala sa ilang learning experiences. Kay nga naman, so when fear takes over, it consumes a considerable amount of brain. So kung mo-atake na siya, it is difficult to think about anything else rather. So maapektuhan na dayon ang ilang concentration or ilang attention. So as a teacher, you should ipafeel mo sa mga students na okay ra nga masayop kay dili man gyud siya malikayan samot na og elementary sa mga students. So ikaw nga teacher, you should kana bitong ipa-feel sa ilaha nga naa ka sa ilang side kung kung bitong mahadlok sila mo tingog or mahadlok sila mo participate during your class. So ikaw nga teacher, imo silang i-guide or imuha silang pasabton nga okay ra nga magkamali. Okay. So the second one is lack of motivation. Okay. So in order to effectively help your student, you need to know what causing it. So therefore, communicating to identify the cause should be the first action step. So make sure to mindful of your tone when you talk to your student. So for example, during your discussion, so dapat kanang i-minimize nimo imuhang tingog. Kay there are students nga kanang masinghagan lang o kanang dili masayon nga singhag kanang bitang magbasa kag storybook. So kung isog ka magbasa-basa dira kanang dako kag tingog, so unsa may bation sa student? So mura sila og mahadlok nimo. So nighuman nimo basa sa story. So kana bitang i-motivate nimo sila nga maminaw sila sa imong story so that maka-answer sila sa imong mga pangutana. So lack of motivation man ang mga student. Okay. So you should avoid demonstrating negative emotion such as blaming or disappointment, as those can cause your child to become defensive. So likayan nimo nga kanang bitang mura kag ma-disappoint bitaw, sample magbasa pareso ang ingon mo ganina magbasa ka og story then kana bitang dili sa katubag mura kag mang-blame nga uy unsa man ka dili man ka motubag, dili man ka maminaw. So don't do that. Okay. So instead in a friendly manner. So mention that you've noticed that something is going on. So kung ikaw nga teacher, kung nakapansin ka nga kanang wala lagi ni siya naminaw ay, so imuha siyang istoryahan og ginahinay, dili kay kana bitong imo siyang singhagan kay dira man gud mawala ang kuan sa students go, dira bitaw kanang dili sila ma-motivate kay imo naman siyang gisinghagan. So you have to be a friendly manner as a teacher. So ask how they are feeling, and if anything is bothering them, you have to tell them nga pwede sila mo duol nimo and you are open to talk whenever they are ready. So ang kabalo man jud nga elementary students is kanang dili na sila mo diretso nga teacher kuan kay ka teacher, dili na sila nana kanang so as a teacher, so ingon nimo sila nga ingon nimo imong mga students nga sabi siya kanang during you're reading a story. So pangutan-on nimo sila kung unsa ilang feeling or komportable ba sila. Kung dili, so pwede silang muduol nimo kung ready na sila maki-story nimo. Okay? So the next one is effective of learning. So I have here the 2 challenges. So first is inability to listen to others. So active listening is an important aspect of effective communication. You cannot engage with someone if you are not listening to them, because you will tend to make assumptions about their needs based on your perception versus reality. And the second one is cultural differences. Okay, so it is important to understand the cultural differences in communication. The point here is that every student have or has differences in terms of culture, like body language and their gestures, ilang dress, so lahi man gyud, and then the teacher rule, and making mistakes and correction. Of course, making mistakes and correction, dili man gyud tanang students are kanang kanang kung sa mga teacher pa globally competitive, bitaw, dili man jud tanang students, and their status, ilang gender rules, ilang foods and drinks. So ilang foods ug drinks, dili man jud tanang students nga parihag ka ng kuan tanan bitaw. Para sa Muslims, di man pud na tumalikan nga elementary graders na Christian na Muslims. Okay, so their eye contact, small talks, lang silence, then writing styles, and interrupting or directness. So lailahi sila og ability during in terms of cultural differences. The next one is making meaning through language. So an insufficiency of knowledge. So kakulangon sa kahibalo. Okay, so ikaw as a teacher, kung kabalo ka nga ang students nimo is kanang kulang sila sa kahibalo, so what would you do, or unsa imong buhaton? So as a teacher, you have to punan nimo ang ilang kahibalo, kay the elementary students are kanang kuan man sila kanang dili jud ingon nga master kay siya ana. So ikaw nga as a teacher, you have to punan nimo ang ilang kahibalo. Okay, so sa unsa nga pamaagi nga mapun-an ilang kahibalo? Okay, pabasahon nimo sila, or kuan ba ka kanang maghimo kag mga activities nga kanang bitong masabtan nila og ayo. And then kung dili gyud nila, kung ikaw nga a teacher, kung makita nimo nga dili pa gyud na siya kanang dili pa bitaw ka dili pa ka satisfied sa ilang answer. So imong ibalik-balik hangtod nga mahibalo sila or makatuna na nila nga activities. Okay, so the last is holistic assessment. So lack of integrated tools inside the classroom. Okay, kani siya lack of integrated tools in the classroom. So kakulangon sa okay, ang example ani is kanang kulang sa for today's karon nga century is more on technology na ta. So lack of integrated okay kani siya for example ani is technology. Okay, technology, there are students manggod nga bitaw kanang mas makabalo sila or mas maka-learn sila through kanang maglantaw sila video ba. Okay, ano bitaw maglantaw sila video, then kanay more on pictures, mao man gud na ilang kuan, mao na ilahang murag the best way to kuan, to learn. Okay? So ikaw pod nga teacher, you should provide a kuan like PowerPoint or unsa ba ka kana bitong makuan nila nga mas ma-learn sila ana nga presentation. So that's all for today. Thank you and God bless us all.